This is Stephen Sloan. The date is December 21st, 2015. This is an interview with Ibrahim Mohammed Ishag at his apartment in Houston, Texas. This is an interview with the Texas Holocaust and Genocide Commission's Survivors of Genocide Oral History Project. Thank you, Ibrahim, for sitting down with us today. You, as a journalist, have gathered a lot of stories about your country, about your region, about Darfur. I know you've been very good at gathering other people's stories. Today we would like to gather your story and your experiences there in Darfur. So we are about the same age, so you have a long history before war came to your country this century. And so could you tell me a little bit about your life in Darfur as a young man?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Salon. Stephen, welcome to you in my apartment. And so I'm very glad you are visiting me here. So my name is Ibrahim Mohammed Ishaq. I was born in January 1st, 1963 in Darfur, north of Darfur, area called Anshiro. The village name Jalla is very oldest village Darfur, historical village near of the Farah, the historical area. So the civilization of Darfur was rise up there. So when I was about 2 years old, so I living there with a nice life on our land, our farm. So we have many farms there and very nice area in Darfur.
So your father was a farmer. What did he grow on the farm? What did you grow there on the farm?
Yeah, he create like some fruits trees, like
fruit trees.
Yeah, orange. Like also we have many trees, very land for planting like seeds, like this. Uncle.
Did you work on the farm?
At that time I was younger. I was younger, so I was about 2-3 years. So we left Darfur with my family. We came the area to Khartoum, to stay Khartoum.
I see. Yeah. So you went to the city.
Yeah, to the city.
To the city, and what led your family to leave and go to the city?
So at that time I think some problems like Arab tax. At that time, there are also the hunger about the change of the weather. Therefore, became changing from the since that time, and the desert began to cover Darfur. So my family is make trip. My father said that he need to educate us. So he went to Khartoum, see the Khartoum. He said, I will take my family and let my children enter to the school. So at that time we have no school, like
in Darfur, no school.
No school, yeah.
So more opportunity in Khartoum.
Yeah.
For the family and for him. What sort of work did he take when he came to the city?
He said that at that time it's very nice Khartoum, like so it's very modern cities about the African at that time. So we are colonized by British, and they build good building like this, and everything is easy. So he start to work as a market, and he sent us in 1970 to the primary school.
And how did you like school?
It's very nice, so it's good. So we are starting to learn new ideas, new how to enter to Arabic. We are our language, local language, 4 language. We enter to Arabic, start letters like this, and that time the government take about the care about the teaching the people. So try to transfer them to another culture, so they support the children who approach to the primary school as well. They give them some food like this and some materials of education. If you are very intelligent, they give you some prize. At that time, we are from Darfur. There are people from Darfur very intelligent. They come from the village, their mind very wide, and for this reason, they take care about us. We get very good degrees on the mathematics, on the science like this. So it's ability to enter to the secondary school. The system of the the system of learning in Sudan is a system of the UK like that at that time.
I see.
So we are get educated when we enter at the secondary school. We start to English, another language. So we are from step to step from our home language 4 to Arabic to English, and this is many change in my life. So I'm wondering for that.
Now, what tribal group are you associated with in Darfur? What?
We are 4. So the 4 has it's a big tribe like a nation. So it has very big branches. Main branches like Kera. Kera is like a governor of Darfur. They are governor Sultanese. So governor of Darfur called Sultan, and their system is good. So that they are like federal system, and Darfur separated into the 4 region at that time: north and south and east and west. So every region has its governor. So its governor are called Shartai, like sheriff here. And this is the same like the system here.
So with the period you're talking about, good representation.
Yeah.
When you were living in Khartoum, were you in a community of Darfurians? People that lived in your community, your neighborhood in Khartoum from Darfur?
Yeah, so in the area where we living called Khartoum North, at that time there are many families living with us from Darfur. We come and find different people come from Nuba Mountain, from south, from north. We get a picture about how this country was big at that time, Sudan country. So after that we leave Khartoum North to a city called Kobar. So Kobar, at that time I entered to secondary school. I finished at secondary school and tried to enter to high school called Khartoum North High School. So after that we leave to area called Haj Yusuf.
Did you have to take exams to progress
Yeah.
into the next school?
Yeah.
You did well in your exams?
From high school, from elementary to high school, I did well. So I get about 10 for all the season over the Sudan. I'm number 10. Yeah. So, and the second in my primary school over the region of Khartoum. So that give me good motion to try to get good education.
Yes. What subjects did you like the most in school?
At that time I like science. I like science well, and also I like the history and geography, and like also we have I'm drawing also at that time.
Art?
Art, yeah. I like art. So my father is art man. He's also, if he see, we don't saw the British people at the past history. He draws the British. We saw in his drawing. So he's very art man, but he transfer his experience to us since we are children.
And you said he was working in the market in Khartoum?
He is working in the market. Yeah.
So the family did well
At that
in
time,
Khartoum?
yeah, we are like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the level like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So he come to educate us. So his brother traveled to Libya at that time. The Libya became the neighbor of Darfur. Is very rich country, and all Darfurian are traveling to get their to change their life, to get money like this. He said, no, I try to educate my children. He stay in Khartoum.
I see. That was when the oil came in Libya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So did you like living in the city?
Yeah, city is good, but city make you like someone you didn't know what's around you. It's best to live in city and go to see the village. It's good. It give you good experience. You can also know your where you come from, what is your civilization.
Uh-huh.
So it's good to not stay at long time for cities.
You can lose your history a little bit, right?
Yeah, and you can use many things over the world or over the life. How the people live in hard way to produce their vegetable like things you eat, and don't know how these things come when you are in city. You eat, but when you saw the village, you see how these people are suffering to do jobs, and something come to you, and it's good for us to know about the village and like this.
Well, as you went through school, I know you knew you didn't want to be a farmer. So did you have an idea of what you would like to do? When did you know you'd like to be a journalist or a teacher, which I know those are both things that you've done?
Yeah, the first idea I would like to say I can become like I entered to science to be a doctor like this. But when I entered in high school, the demonstration rise up in the governor, governor, he was the governor of Sudan at that time. Oh, we are enter suddenly in the problem with demonstration. So I stopped by the government at that time when I was at school, in the high school. And they put me in the prison without any reason. So they said you are political, you make a demonstration. So I walk in the wall and besides the road. But they put me with some student who are a demonstration. So I get new ideas that I must learn about the history. I must learn about the politics like this. So much change. My life changed when I was arrested by the government security at that time in 1979.
So, you were very young.
Yeah, very young.
Yeah, you were very young.
I was 16 years old.
So how long did they keep you in prison?
15 days.
So
Without any reason. Without any crime. You say that if it's first time I'm enter at the jail, and I asked them, why you put me here in the jail? They said, we don't know also. We keep you only. So I said, I am a young man and I'm a student. Why you put me here? They said, are you from Darfur? I said, yes. Some general said that you think that the Darfurian, they can become governor of Sudan at the future? I said, no, I don't know. But maybe. He knocked me and threw me down. So at that time I feel very suffering. Why he knocked me like this and said, take him to his soldier, take him to the prison. So I said to him, why do you think that we are not become governor? I answer only. So at that time I began to feel something is wrong in the life of Sudan.
Uh-huh.
So I began to think. So thinking let me became like write some notes and try to enter to read more books, more stories. So I became awareness about what's in Sudan going from early time. Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about that, because I know since independence in the 1950s, there had been a lot of trouble. It never had been stable for a long period of time. And so as you began to study and learn more about Sudan, what did you learn? What did you discover?
Yeah, I discovered that in some area like southern Sudan have a problem with the government. At that time I saw the southern people come. They are very poverty. They are very hunger. How they are living, like town, like Transhan town, Rock town, like some back of the town. You see, some villages they build their houses like tent, and I think why these people like this living? Well, they are Sudanese also. After few years later, on 1984, so became awareness that if some wrong happened in Darfur, the struggle between war between Arab and four start at that years 1984. So we are our family push us to speak our local language to inform us to keep our culture. My mother, my father said you must speak your own language and like this. So at that time I became to speak my local language. So also at that time we try to be involved to support our people in their society. So we are educated like this. We create like a Forsan association in area called Haj Yusuf to help our people to educate them. Yeah.
So that time in prison changed your life.
Yeah, the prison. So when I was in prison, I remember the history of Prophet Joseph. Yeah, daily that picture come to me. So I said, why the people put their brother in the jail like this, and how the God helped him to become very famous. So I said someday maybe God also helped me like bro. So my grandfather also called Yusuf. So the last name our family Yusuf. So at that time I give myself like good feeling that I will stay a few days and get out. When I get out, I became as the first thinking only. I'm not involved to enter as a political way. Till last year, I don't like to enter at the political way. So I know this is a dirty game. Also, I'm thinking or writing like this. So I get best way to life to thinking and give the people your ideas of your experience. So, but a few years later, okay, just.
You can get it.
Hello? Yeah.
All right, now before we stopped, you said you decided to write and think instead of protest.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? As you began to write some about what you saw in your country?
So before that, I start to create some organization, culture to keep our culture. Yeah. So in 1988, I create some society called Al Nahda Culture Society, or Al Nahda Culture Association, to develop to keep our culture, to get awareness to our people.
I see. So how did you begin to do that, to gather and to document it?
Yeah, so at that time, first I became well known to create this association, to become a teacher first. We create like a dual school for English, for Arabic, who didn't know to write Arabic well, didn't know to write English well. We start these classes at back town of Khartoum, some area called Haj Yusuf. We create a Nahda Culture Association at that time. So we let our people awareness about their history, their civilization. From 1988 till 1991, at that time the government didn't involve to see what we can do. But in 1991, when we make a big exhibition like big fair, to show the people our history, and many people are come southern at the area like some square in Haj Yusuf, about 2,000 people come and make we make lecture. Some people come from different country, from Saudi Arabia, and also send their organization to see what Darfurian people. So we start to talk about the history of Darfur. When was the Saudi Arabia was suffering? We are very strong kingdom, and we are enter under the colonialism of the British. We became very suffering after that. So we need people help us as we was help them. So sometime after that they give us many fund. So we try to organize trip to the Darfur, Gravna to Darfur in 1992. So we organized big Gravna to see Darfur. At that time, first time I go back to Darfur since I was child.
I see.
So I'm very glad. So I see all the Darfur. So with the Gravna, when I reach, I arrived at Fashir city. I start from Fashir as a capital.
Did you drive from Khartoum to Fasher?
Yeah, I have big amount at that time. They give me big money, like about 500,000. This organization, many organization, and also the organization called Gul and Red Crescent help me, support me. At the time I was volunteer with the Red Crosses. I work as a volunteer, so they know me well. They give me helping medicine like this. I take some doctors, some people, some band for the culture band. So I make this trip really and go to Darfur. And at that time, I want to know what's the picture of Darfur. So in my mind. So after that, I reached Darfur. I found the people very nice. The life is very good. You see, what's the wondering that when I have money, but when I was in Darfur, I reached Darfur, I didn't pay anything. All the people, they give me something. So the Darfur at that time is very, very good area, and the people very kind. Like here at US, they respect you, they smile. And after that, my trip goes through North Darfur to Khartoum. So I reached the area that I was born.
Did you still have family in that area?
Yeah. So we are limited, unlimited or limited, I don't know. Unlimited family. Yeah, we are very, very precious. So I find my uncles, my father, brother like this. So they said, yeah, you are come to the place to that you are born here. And I make very big party in the north, in that cities. I give some fund to this school, about 1,500 to any school. So I give them some food, some medicine. I went to the Zalingi, from North Darfur to Zalingi. Is like west, from north to west to west, yeah. West. After that, I come to south. So at this whole period, take about 2 months, and then I came to Fashir, came to Khartoum. So the security stopped me, arrest me on 1992 first January or February at Wadi Saleh.
On your way back to Khartoum?
When I was in Darfur, they arrest me one day. When I come back, they arrest me about 5 days.
Why did they arrest you in Darfur?
They said that you are come with this governor to make subtrade to Darfur. So your way, that means your kingdom. This means you like to separate from the Sudan country. I said no. This is the history, and this history for all the human. So at that time that we are dependent. Just now we are a part of Sudan, and my people, they don't know their history. They don't know who are they. So I want to tell them to become awareness, to get a knowledge to their people. So after that, the people make demonstration in Wadi Saleh, and they left me. And after that, when I came to Khartoum, a few days they arrested me about 5 days or 4 days, and they investigated me many things. So they said you must stop this cultural situation. So I stopped it in 1993. The people of Darfur come to my home. They said we lack the association, we lack someone who can awareness us all around the Khartoum. I said to them, you can organize yourself as a Darfurian in Khartoum. But so I was arrested. I'm suffering for this. Happened to me. I maybe lose my life. So you educated more than me. You have resource more than me. You can do this job. So they said, what we can do? I said to them, you can make a meeting all over the people here and create a leader for yourself. So the leader is important to you, to help you, and you agree with the one to lead them, to lead all of us for our rights. They said, okay, this is a good idea. So we can come. You do it that. You organize this meeting. I said, no, I'm a little I'm younger for you. Can I give you order? You are no, they said the knowledge not younger or not kida. It's not like this. You have a good ideas. We need these ideas. We respect you.
They wanted you to do it.
Yeah, you do it. So I make them letters and I call them. They come at the meeting. I make journey for them. I told them you are good nation. You build a new leadership. Forget the history. You are just now live in the 19th century. You must develop yourself. And you have no leader, can't develop yourself. You must know that. As I said, what sort of leader you need? I said, I don't need political leader. I need the historical leader. So the political, let you enter with the problem with the government. Only the historical leader the government can respect you, all the nation can respect you beside your history. So they said, great, what do you think? I said to him, the son of Ali Dinar. So he is called Hussein Ayub Ali Dinar. You can put them as a leader, as the first step. So at this period, you can organize yourself, you can support yourself with your history. No one asks you. The government try to come near of you to give you something to solve your problem. After that, when you became strong, you can change Hussein with someone who get knowledge. You develop yourself. They do that. So since that time, they are organized. I became like anyone. So I decided to make a trip to Saudi Arabia in 1995
Can I ask one question before you tell me about your trip to Libya?
to Saudi. Yeah.
When you went back on the tour, when you went back to Darfur for the first time,
Yeah.
when you took the group back, what was the situation like in Darfur? What were the conditions like?
The people are very active. All people work at their farm. They have their cattle. Yeah, the nature is very nice. You see, all the people in their village, they start to do their schools, the projects to develop their country. Over all the Darfur, they build the cities, they enter in the civilization. Since 1916, Darfur didn't enter in the civilization. We are out of the date like this. So they start to educate their children. So it's very nice life at that time.
So you were impressed at how much it had modernized.
Yeah, they try to enter.
Yeah.
But I think after that, a few years, they enter in the war again. So I will tell you later about this.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now tell me about the trip in 1995.
In 1995, so I told Mr. Hussein Ayub Ali Dinar, he became Sultan. The government said to him, you became a leader of your group 4 tribe, you became a Sultan. They give him some support. So he asked them to put some of our people in the... So he said me, what I can do, Mr. Ibrahim? I said to him, you ask the government, you don't allow to be one of the officer of the government. Only you are Sultan and like you have a father feeling to your people. Don't enter in any politic role. So the government asks you to educate people and they put them in some living. After that, the government called him and said him, we try to solve the Darfur problem. Do you have educated people? We can put them in the government. So we enter many ministries in the government. So at that time, someone told me, Mr. Ibrahim, you are dangerous, so you can keep yourself. You travel to anywhere, so this government will kill you. So you are very dangerous. So this government gives your people some good ideas. So I tried to trip to Saudi Arabia. So I left Sudan to Saudi Arabia in 1995.
Because of the danger.
Yeah, of my life, yes.
Yeah.
To keep my life away from these people. So
now I know you intended it to be historical and cultural, but I know, did you encounter any of the political movement in Darfur? Any of the growing resistance against the government when you went back on your tour?
When I was in Saudi Arabia or come back?
Just as you saw in the 1990s, I know you are focused on the cultural and heritage, historical, but I know there are political elements in Darfur that are pushing for change. Did you have any interaction with those groups or encounters?
No, only transfer of ideas. I don't have. I don't have any links with them. So I demanded my ideas. So if I link with them, the government have evidence that I'm involved in something. So at that time I may face. So my experience was I was in jail, that I don't like to involve in any politically.
Yes.
So that
think and write.
Yeah, think and write and give them ideas.
Yes.
So when I was in Saudi Arabia, I talked to Mr. Sultan Hussein Ayub, you come to meet me at Medina al-Munawwara. He said, why? I said, I think we maybe find some document there. This kingdom was finished in 1960, we cannot find any document about Darfur rule, and this is past history, and you know the Saudi Arabia is a very strong kingdom, is very rich people. If we talk like this, they may be capture us. And I said to him, come and see. So I can go and you come follow me. After that, he think well, he come. I met him, I met with him at Medina al-Munawwara. We go to the Prophet Muhammad Mosque. So I asked about some Darfurian who come very early. So we get someone about 1990 years. He was come since we has kingdom. He was served at the mosque. So but he became a Saudi Arabian nationality. I said to him, you are from Darfur? He said, okay, I'm from Darfur. How you know that? So I said, I know my history well. So he invited us in his home. I said to him, so he said, ask me, do you need money? So I can give you support money like this. I said to him, I didn't like money. Why? He's very surprised. All the people in the world like money. So I said to him, no, I need document that you have about the history. He became like sudden shocking. He said, this is very strange things. So since I was here from 1920, no one asked me about this question. So he said to his son, his brother's son, he is like his uncle, open this what we call something
Safe?
keep,
Like
yeah,
a
safe, yeah, like safe. Give the key, open this safe. So he opens the safe, so the map drop out from his safe, like historical map. So his son, very wonderful. Why my father didn't allow me to see this, and this man come and let him show these maps. So he said he come to take his right. So his right in these maps, how the Darfurian was here living since 300 years ago. They are living neighbor of Medina. They had their village, their lands neighbor the mosque, and became like one of the part of mosque. They have right in the government of Saudi Arabia. So he come to take the rights, and this based on money. So he don't think about money, he think about rights, and the rights have the money. He says that, okay. So I began to write history about this document.
I see.
So you see the Prince of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia try to hear someone come and began to look for the documentary of Darfur. They began to look for me. So they sent me a message. We like to meet you at your home. I then sent some prince called Mu'tasim ibn Abdulaziz Al Saud. He's a brother of King Fahd. He invited me in his house in 1995, at the last of 1995, in his palace. He said, Mr. Ibrahim, I invite you, but I like to ask you what question. Why you come at this time in our country? So I said, this mosque of Allah. We are created by Allah. We are all the Muslim. We come this land to visit. No, he said, you come to another things. I said, what the thing that you think? I came for it. He said, you come to say that you have rights here in this country. I said, yes. Do you have evidence? So I get some paper from my pocket. He saw this paper. He became wondering, where you get these papers? This is for some security of our countries. How you get these papers? So I said, from the Medina al-Munawwar, some saver of Darfurian who served at the mosque of Prophet Muhammad gave me this. Oh, he said, okay, you are get it. You are well. So you know my brother King Fahd, his back library, that's all your kingdom documents you keep there. So at that time you are very rich kingdom. You help us for grateful. We don't forget that. So you are here and you are safe. If you need anything, we can help you. We can protect you. So this great job you do it.
Wow.
So at that time, I began to write about this book. So I get this documentary to publish. So I came back on 1997 to Sudan.
Had the situation changed
In 1997,
since when you left before? Was it still as dangerous in '97?
yeah, it became dangerous when I came. Yeah, it became dangerous 1998. The problem of Darfur started in 1998 at some area called Dar Masalit. So Dar Masalit, yeah. So this is your issue of genocide. It start from there. So President Ayub said to me, Mr. Ibrahim, I like to, when you come just now, you are lucky, I like to go with me to Darfur. We have some conference of peace agreement like this, of the security and like this. I said to him, okay, I will go on 1990, beginning of 1998.
Okay.
So at that time I attended this conference. Besides the conference, the attacks of the militia of Arab began. At the same time we are in conference. So they attack the village neighbor of Niara. Some people come in jail. So someone stood up and say, we are very suffering, we lack of security, you do conference, you talk for nothing, and the Janjaweed attack the people neighbor of Niala city. What do you do? After that, it became like this. Someone stood up. He's the Sultan of Dar Masalit. He called his name Sultan Abdurrahman Baharaddin. He is very educated man. He says that, please all people, I invite you to see what's happening in Dar Masalit. So it became attention as it's what he said. You see, the government sent the Arab people from Chad, try to take our land, kill our people, we are very suffering. You come and register what you see there and told the government to don't do like this. So Sudan will be one country if they do like this. So we prepare to go with his invite to Jinena. It's on board between Chad and Sudan, west of Darfur. So he fed us and put, when I arrived there, he asked me, what is your name? I said to him, my name is like this. And what is your father, what's your grandfather name? I said to him like this. Oh, your grandfather teach me when I was child. Really? He said, really? And also, when we are there in his little school, local school, like Quran, he gives to my brother his daughter. So you have some uncles from Masalit neighbor here. You can visit them also. So I said, great. He said to the governor of west of Darfur, Ibrahim, this Ibrahim from my family, he is staying in my home. So I host him in my home, not from government. So he said, he prepared some room in my home and said, you stay here. So I visit some people. I began to write some notes, what's happened there.
And you were writing about the current situation.
The current situation as
Yeah. And these attacks were increasing from the nomads, from Janjaweed attacks on villages.
Yeah. We find many people, they told us their history, and they said the Malaysian Arab come from Chad, from neighborhood, and they kill us in our farm, they try to take all our land. This was happened. Okay, we find also some people as the government, they told me the same history. So when we go back, I try to transfer some project to Saudi Arabia. I said to them, I like to develop my homeland. I have projects. They said, what the project you have? I said, I'd like to make a Sambus village modern village, like schools, like mosque, like see to let the people develop. They said, okay, make a project and send it to us. So I make a project, create little committee, and the government give us authorities. So I said to them, our land home, we can develop this land home. We choose some area, very nice, about 3,000 kilometers around. Yeah. So I invite all the administration of this local area. I said to them what we need to do like this. They agree with me. We sign, and I said to them, this is not belong to government land. This is belong to you at historical. They said okay. I said to them, sign. Give me authorize that you need to make a project here. They give me authorize. I take this to the government at Al Fashir, and he give me also agreement, the document. I sent this to Saudi Arabia. At that time, I make like a study by engineer, and he make like amount budget about 150 million pound Sudanese. So I send it to Saudi Arabia. They agree. The second day they agree. They send the money and everything. And they send about $500,000 in our account. The government became very wondering how this you do this, how this relation do you have. I think this is some charitable people. You can go to see them. They give us money to develop our area. We like to build a village to the people, and this is your job as a government. But I do it as a charitable things. You can help me also. I start to do this project. At that time, the attacks of Malaysian around the neighbor began. So I also.
Now, where was this project, this model project that you were doing?
At my village, Jalla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I try to make something to put them at the sign when this village maybe something happened to them. So we have another village.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that time the people helped me and they became like change their life. We do building. Some people have something in their home. They have donkeys. They put the water. We give them money. Some people have the woods. We give them money. So their life became changing. So the money come and they change their life. And all the neighbor hear about this project. They start to do their projects like us.
So the work was going.
Yeah, the work is going.
Yeah.
The development going well. But at the same time, we hear about the attack neighbor of the areas. So I went on Kakabia. The first attack on 2002 on the April 24 April, I think, the first attack. The second attack on July 24 also. This is second attack.
Okay.
So I was in Fashir. At the same time, the governor of Al Fashir called Ibrahim Suleiman. He's a big general. Ibrahim Suleiman. He left to the Khartoum, but he's the vice governor. He said, Mr. Ibrahim, you're coming, but we are facing many problems. You see some area near of Fashir attacked with the Janjaweed. And what is strange that I'm via governor. Before this attack, all the official, all the leader, as if the governor of Darfur, the government invite them to the Khartoum. No one here can help the people. No one do anything. I'm one. So you are a leader of you are educated. You can go and see what's happened. So we held a meeting with our community in Al Fashir. We prepared to a trip. We reached there about the massacre happened today, and we reached there at morning next day. So at that time we find the village were burned, the people were killed, the cattle were killed, everything were burned. So we make like notes to ask the people what's happened like this. And they told us very bad history, what they face. And the attack began like very early morning, about 5 o'clock, when the people are sleeping. And this attack, when it started, they burned around the village. And they surrounded the village with the cattle, with the weapons. And the families, with the ladies, with everything are in the village. And we are sleeping. When you find the fire everywhere. You try to escape, you help yourself. When you're lucky, you can escape. If you are not lucky, you find another people kill you by weapons. So at that time, what's notes I recall that I asked them, and what's the role of the government here? They have like camp of military area near of about 5 minutes. They hear what happened. They saw the fires. These military camps didn't come and help the people. They let them. They face their massacre. They die. Some ladies are burned and on the tent. Some cattle. They destroyed all the seeds with the fire. So at that time, the fire governor sent someone with video. We are very lucky. So the video come with us, and his work with the governor. I said to him, I will pay you some money. I give you 200 pounds. You keep this video to me. When I come to Fashir, give me no one know. He said, okay. So after that, I went back, and he gave me the video.
So he was able to video after the attack?
After the attack, direct. Yeah. He said, I have another one. When the attack happened, we come direct. So what's happened? He said that some ladies, I take picture, they are die with the fire. And you can saw that lady, with his child was burned in the fire. I have the CD, you can see in there. You see, after that, when I came at Khartoum, we held a meeting. I said to them, the problem is very dangerous. We face many problems. The government support to pull our people from their land. And just so I can take a rest also.
All right, Ibrahim, when we left off, you were telling us about Shoba Village and the interviews that you did there to begin to document what had happened. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So, you know that you start? Yeah. You know that since I was get to get, I know that documentary is very important thing in the world. So for this reason, everything I need to make as an evidence document like this. So I very awareness that to get that accident, how it's happened, how these people was die, how the village was spared, and why this government come this neighborhood about 5 minutes didn't come to help the civilians. So it's many questions behind it. So, and the system of the way that the attacks happen, the people are sleeping. At the about 5 o'clock, the ladies, the children, the cattle of the animals. What's the reason of this? What's happened? What's behind? What's going on? Many questions this video tell everyone who saw it, he can make many questions about. Why the government? This is a citizenship of the government. They must protect them. What's going on? So at the struggle, it's between Arab and African, and the Sudan is African, in an African continent, and we are African, and the Arab have their own land, Saudi Arabian and their lands. So what's going in Sudan? How these people allowed to the Malaysian have no authorities to kill the people in their land? So many questions start there. So I'm very lucky to get that video. When I came, at that time, I make like some meeting with some people, with SNAU, with my group, that the problem in Darfur is going to be burning over the Darfur. You must talk with the government. Told some people what we can do. I said to them, media is a solution, the media. So we have evidence, but some people said to the government, if we capture us with this evidence, maybe kill us like this. I said to them, no, we can send, we have our people out of they are in Europe, in America, we can send them, we can find the way to send them out. So I make many copy, like CD and video or cassette. I send it through 3 ways, this video. One through Saudi Arabia, to someone to send them to who work with this. We have many people work with the Kingdom family, so they can make trip to Europe. We send some one video to them. We send one to Egypt. At that time, Mr. Dr. Adam, he's a leader, like a leader of our community. We create some committee to organize this problem or to solve or to connect it to the people. The Dr. Adam, he's a fire governor at Dirij period on the 1994. He's a fire governor of Darfur. So he get this video also and come to Cairo by trip and stay as a refugee in Cairo. So he create to make memorandum about the genocide. First memorandum I have here, the picture I can give you. So, and this community we start to collect all the accident happened on the area of 4 tribes over the Darfur. We create community in the committee in south of Darfur, north of Darfur, west of Darfur. We connected with these people. So what's happened today, yesterday, at that time with telephone, cell telephone, start and they send record. So we have some people work with our organization like W World for program like UNCR. We send them. You can use the internet to deliver this information to media, to international government, to see what's going in the land of Darfur. So that the government didn't know we do this. He sleep on his plan, support the militia. So he became targeting intelligent people. They began to kill the people who are leadership. So we hear that some planning to start killing all the leadership. So we are suffering that. We miss Dr. Karamaddin Abdel Mula. He was Ministry of International Relations. The government posting him, so he's very educated, he's intelligent, he knows to communicate with the international. He has many friends, like Colin Powell, his friend. So he tried to transfer this data to him and invite him to visit Darfur like this. You see, to see historical area, how the civilization start. So the government of Sudan start to targeting the people like who active, who have information. So at that time I told Mr. Dr. Karamaddin, he invited me at his home. He live at Mayo, area called Mayo, near of Khartoum. He said, Mr. Ibrahim, I am very tired. I am like poisoned. I said to him, what's happened to you? So he said that I was in the office of my office as a Ministry of International Relation. So I sit on the seat. I feel like a pain on my seat. So after that, I tried to get up. I fell down. So since that time, I'm not feeling well. I have pain in my stomach like this. So what do you think? He invited me and someone as a witness. He said, what do you think, Mr. Ibrahim? So you have many ideas of this happens. I said to him, they may be targeting you. Yes, he said, exactly. So I went to Niala. We have traditional doctor, traditional of,
Traditional medicine.
medicine.
Uh-huh.
So someone saw me, my eyes, he said, you are poison, Mr. Karamadin. Your eyes is very red. Your eyes, maybe some red blood in your eyes. This is poison. Who poison you? The traditional doctor said to him, I give you some medicine to stop this poison or your mind, your body like this. So he gave me that poison, he took this and I drink. So my body became well, but I feel pain, this Karamadin said to me. So what do you think? I said to him, Mr. Karamadin, you are in danger. So you are still minister of this government? I said, yes. I said, you can travel out of this country? He said, yes. I said to him, tomorrow, you take a trip to Europe or to US. So you have authorized your ministry to serve your people, not yourself. You are just now in the way. But we try to serve our people. He said, you are right, Mr. Ibrahim. So what you can give me, what's the message that you like to transfer to people? I said to him, take this video. When you go there, you make conference. You show the world what is happening. Some maybe can help your people. So you are one of us. He said, that's a great idea. Okay. And where is your book that you wrote? I said to him, I have it. He said, I sent the driver, he take about few boxes. I said, this can allow me to talk about the history, and after that, I can talk about the massacre and the genocide happening in Darfur. So next day, he traveled to UK. So didn't tell anyone. When he arrived there, he met someone called Mr. Ibrahim Ahmad Direj. He was a governor of Darfur in 1984. So he told them what's happened. He held a meeting with the Darfurian. They said the problem is this plan for the government to make a genocide in Darfur. So he became aware to organize himself, to talk about the governor. So he make also interview with some media. After that, finished the international community became involved in Darfur crisis as a genocide. So when he finished his meeting, his all things, he became very bad in his health cases. So Mr. Ahmad Ibrahim Direj called to us at Khartoum, you are be ready to respect Mr. Dr. Karamadin. He may be not live more. After 5 days, he passed away. So he come after 2 days, he stay and he passed away. When he come, he met me. He said, "I do well. I hope to remember our people. That's what I like to say to you. Don't forget this. So this is government, but as soon as some people can help you as a people." So he passed away, and we do some big. After that, Mr. Hussein Ayub also passed away. So.
But his trip was very important.
Yeah, You see, many important people, we lose them on the same period, yeah, by difference. So we have also someone who is a very just, he like work like a general just man. He's called also Ahmad Abdurrahman. Ahmad Abdurrahman, before I went to the Darfur to see that massacre in Shoba, I met him. He is he is in the Ministry of Justice of Sudan. He's from Darfur, from Niala. He asked me to come his office, so at that time I was very famous and communicate with the people. He said, Mr. Ibrahim, I have problem, so I'm just now. I work as a Ministry of Justice. So there are some problem here happen, and this government is very criminal government. I said to him, how you are just, you work as a big post in the just ministry? He said, no, Mr. Ibrahim, this government, Umar Bashir, he stole the money of Darfur by the project called Ingaz Road. And also he sent the militian to stole the Niala city. So I have the evidence. He gets the 2 files and show me this is 2 evidence told about this. What can I do? So if you open record, they will kill me. So this is a criminal government. So I said to him, okay, what do you need to me? He said, not record this note, you are right. So maybe some days remember what has happened to me. I said to him, and what you like to do? I said, I will open the record to the president and everyone here. So it's not matter if I pass away. So I will put myself in the history that I am honor man. I said to him, okay. So I went to the Darfur. He opened the investigation about the Lingaz Road from Khartoum to Darfur, how this money, and he called to the president to come to the investigation, and many ministers. He find the media start to talk about what's happened wrong in Sudan. So he went to the Geneva, some summit about justice on human rights. When he come back, at the meeting of the ministers, the government invite him. He died at the meeting. They give him some drink and die. His wife, his children no see him after that. No one see him forever. We lose someone, big one in the government. So at that time, all Darfurian intelligence, we talk with them. This is governor. We talk with them like politely. We don't like to lose anyone, and also let our people who are over the world, over the sea, talk about issue. The issue became out of the board, very big sound of Darfur. So the people were like a group, like their friend here in US, in the UK, in every continent talk about Darfur. So okay, the UN sent the people investigate about the massacre, and the President Bush, we are very grateful about him. He take care about Darfur issue also.
Colin Powell, yeah.
Colin Powell, he sent Colin Powell, and sent someone. He was working with the Texas University. He's called Mr. Andrew Natius, Senator Andrew Natius. He came in 2006. I met him. He has some names of the people. In the same names, my name is with them. He asked me, Mr. Ibrahim, you are there at that time? I said to him, Mr. President sent me to your people. So this problem is very dangerous over the world, and we try to help you like this. So when in 2003, when the rebels movement start. At the same time, the plan of government to destroy all the village before this attack. You see some information transferred to the rebel movement. There are some planning, some planes at the airport have a chemical weapons try to destroy Darfur area. And these young people come and attack this airplane on the airport, destroy it all over them. The plan of the government failed. The world discovered what's happened. The world began to see the evidence, and some weapons come from Syria, from Iran, like this, from Iraq. So the President Bush said that this is a genocide. So the evidence is very clear.
And I know there were Janjaweed attacks. They were also using the Air Force.
The Air Force support the Janjaweed. Same like my wife, she's one of the victims. She and her children too, Abu Qasim and Asma, her first husband passed away. So you see, like attack of Shoba is a system all over the Darfur. Many thousand villages were destroyed, many people killed. And after the attack of Al-Fashir also, the government policy is very clear. They use the Janjaweed. First, before the attack, they said this is a criminal. They put like big leadership called Musa Hilal in jail, Port Sudan, some area called Port Sudan. He sent him to Port Sudan. Governor Ibrahim Suleiman also make some court criminal, and they kill about 90. They are crimes. They kill him on Fashir, famous accident. After that, this criminal, after attack of Al-Fashir, became a friend of the government. They put Musa Hilal as the leader and give him some position at the government, and also all the criminal, and they said to them, kill all these African. And you know, the world have many evidence of what's happened after 2000 till from 2004 till 2006. Till 2006, it is a government policy to destroy the camp. Start the people display came to the big cities like Fashir, Niala. So in 2003 September, I was there in Niala for one trip. So I make some recommendation or recommend documentary. Also, I get some documentary from the people who come from area called Wadi Saleh, Mugjar. Some young man tell me the government, militia attacked our area. They destroyed about 24 villages. About 200,000 make them displaced. About 10,000 pass away. They give me the name like this by writing. He said, please Ibrahim, send this to the community of our people in Khartoum, and they send them to the to out of country. So I came to Fashir. At the same time, I find the people like women's, children are very suffering in the some area called zoo of Al-Ghaba, near of Fashir. So I find them, they are very suffering. We come with a Grabna, with some Grabna. So I said to the doctors, there are some people are suffering, please come and see them. And we are about 3 journalists at the same time. Someone from Al-Ayam newspaper, and someone from As-Sahafa, and me. So we became to make records. What's happened? So the attack began like this is in our area, north of Darfur. We are come from Kutum. Some say we are come from Jabal C. Some say we are come from Shoba. We find different area, and how these people, there are many soldiers. They are Janjaweed supported by the government, and at the same time the airplane come, they cover these attacks in our village. So if you are man, you are escaped, they find you, kill you. You are child, male, they kill you. You are women, they rape you, or you are a youngest girl, they rape you. And just now we are come first suffering, they have no food at the same time. The picture is very bad at that time when I saw it. So I write all these. I come to Khartoum. I met someone called Dr. Ali Hassan Tajuddin. He is from Masalit. He is work as a advisor of the government in Bashir. I said to him, I need you. I have some evidence. You are working here. He said, I know that, Mr. Ibrahim, this government is against the African, and we are African, must do something. We are here to see what this government do. We have no power, but we can talk with the international community. So after that, on 2004, the President Al-Gaddafi, he sent some message to the Darfurian to hold a meeting in Trablus, in 2000 on October. I went there with the delegation of Darfur.
In Libya?
In Libya.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the same time, we talked Mr. President Gaddafi. He said that the international community give me authorities to solve this problem. So I want to hear about your ideas. What do you think? I said so everyone talked like this in the meeting. I told them, Mr. President, please, I have something to tell you. This struggle you see here in Darfur is very dangerous struggle. It is between Arab and African. And you are the governor of Arab. And you are in Africa. So if you will not solve this problem, this crisis may be very bad crisis over the world. So I need you to invite many Darfurian people in trouble from different parties, from different area, from different tribe to come here to sit together to talk about this. Even these people arrive about 500 mount. 500 is good. You have money, you have oil, you have everything. You are a rich man. It's better to solve this problem than you lose everything.
Yeah.
After that, his Security Council, when the meeting finished, he called me, Mr. Ibrahim, can I talk with you? I said, okay. What do you think about this going Darfur? I think if you have hands or on what's going in Darfur, so you are Arab and we are African, we have no weapons, we have no state, we have no things. You need to make genocide to end it us from this life. You think that we have another power, God have another power. What you do it for us, they will do it for you. So I said, no, we are not involved in this problem. We are not support the Arab in Darfur. So I like to talk with you, with the president, for your ideas that you said. I said to him, if you do that, you can just solve the problem. He said, I invite you at the supper with the president. As the evening come and all the Darfurians that here. So at the end of the supper, President Gaddafi said, I hear some voice. And I think that is a wisdom voice that I am very rich man. I can invade all Darfurian. And this is your country. I don't forget the history of Darfur, what the Darfurian people said to the Libya when Umar al-Mukhtar, he is struggling with the colonialism, the Darfurians support them. And so just now I get the role from the international community, a support by them to solve this problem. Okay, you can come by month after months. About 500 people from all the world. I have money, I send the airplane everywhere, the Darfurian come here and talk together to solve their problem. That's a good job. And he take supper with us, and after that I try to go back to Sudan. When I go back, the general security came to my home at the evening. At that time my wife come from Darfur. About mid of night, they took me with the weapons and she raped her with the weapons. She tried to protect me and they forced her by the weapons. At that time, she pregnant with my daughter Noor. She tried to lose her life for me. So I said to her, no, these people don't like to fight them, so I can delegate with them easily. Don't care about me, I will go with them now. That time they took me with the car. They make investigation to me, why you wrote this book, why you write these articles, why you're thinking more, why you're active, you're traveling to countries, what will behind you, who support you? I said to them, no one support me. So this is my heart to help the Sudan people. You are a governor, I try to help you. So if you need ideas, I will give you to solve this problem. You are keep the people, you are governor. So I am one citizen. So that's my duty. So he became wondering how I deal with him like this, by politely. He says that if Mr. Ibrahim, if I said to you, I became one against the government. So you are speak very wisdom like this. Your idea is very logically. So I agree with you for all the ideas. So after I agree with you, I became against the government. So I don't like to investigate, you can stay. So I will stay many times. They took me to home like this to look all over my home. They threatened my wife. They come behind me. So after 1 month, they released me. I went to Libya again, so I find an invitation. So at that time, my vision that all the people came to Libya from Europe, from America, from Cairo, from everywhere. Darfurian leadership who are in the rebel movement from SLM, Abdel Wahid, Khalil, all come together. So when we are reached, they put me in the hotel. After that, we held some people, oh, Mr. Ibrahim, you are coming, okay. So Khalil said, I like to talk with you as a civil community in Darfur, so we are happy. We don't ask you, we are take the fire and put you in bad situation. So it is just now time to talk together. So we had a meeting between civil society and the revolution movement and the leader of Janjaweed. It's the same hall. So everyone talk like this. After that, I said to Abdel Wahid and Khalil and Musa Hilal, we must sit together. This land can let us live very comfortable as well. All we are. So since Darfur start, we are all different tribes. It's not good to use force to fight together, to kill together, to let another people come and take our lands. So Mr. Abdel Wahid said, okay, Ibrahim, or Mr. Khalil said also, so what we can do? So I said to them, you can make one leaders and one agreement with the civil society and make agreement with the government, or if we like to fight, we can fight in one part, not different parts. So just now we are fight together, we fight to the government, the people, the government use policy to devise us, the crisis going, everything will destroy. Okay, but after that we held a meeting, the government heard that we needed to make agreement, so they sent the plane and took all leader of Janjaweed back to Sudan. So divide us between leader Janjaweed and rebel movement. The liberation movement also try to go back, and also we are civil leader or civil community. We don't know what we say. The Gaddafi said, oh, okay, you can go to Sudan and come back. So what we don't know what the government said, why government said like this. We needed to get the solution. So we prepare papers to solve about the problem of land, solve about the struggle between tribes, like this, everything sciencely. So when we went back, everything is changed. So the government is continue to do his policy to divide the people, to change the people. If you are talk like me, well, they threaten you, they put you in jail or kill you. They send another people, they said this is our Darfurian and this like this. They make dirty game. So after that I didn't try to involve in any activities of peace agreement or like this. So I prepare to get out, to save my life also.
Yeah.
So I saw how they took me from the home. And at that time, if I'm not lucky, they will kill you.
So how did you get out? I know you had connections in other countries. So
I think when you see on you let me remember that we invite again to travel on 2006 December. So after they try many things and everything is not solved, they call us, the ambassador of Libya, come and said, Mr. Ibrahim, you must go travel to meet Al-Gaddafi, so he need your ideas. So he said, you must go there. Say, give me the invitation and like this. So I went with the people, many people, Darfurian, go on 2006. The agreement between Abul Qasim Imam and the government. So when we was there, the security men of Sudanese took my passport from the hotel. So after meeting, the Ministry of Interior of Libya come and said, Mr. Ibrahim, from airplane, they call my name. We need you to meet with some leader of community, to meet President Gaddafi, to tell him what's what we can do really to solve this problem. So the government said, Mr. Ibrahim have no passport, has no passport. How he has no passport? How you let him come here without any passport? So the security man of Libya said that someone took his passport from the hotel. We don't know, he don't have any passport. We cannot allow him to stay here without any passport. He must go back to Sudan. So that man became very suffering. At that time, the ambassador of Sudan, he was on the airport. He said to him, come, you are ambassador of Sudan, you can issue one new passport to him just now. He must stay here. He said, I have no authority to give him a passport. They make some fighting between together. So I said to him, okay, let me go back to home. And someone leader of community called Mr. He's from Wadi Saleh. So let me remember his name. So he told me that he will stay and meet President Obama. President Gaddafi. I said to him, okay. I went back to airplane and stay. Bulgasim Imam, he's the leader of rebel, come to me. He said, Mr. Ibrahim, you are in dangerous. You know that? I said to him, no. So I said, I listen someone, if you drop to Khartoum, they will kill you. I said to him, really, what can I do? He said, when the airplane land on Niala, you go with me. So let the airplane go without you. You stay about few days, we can see what's behind this tree. So I will keep you with my force and keep your life till solve this problem. So when I was there, I landed in the Niala, I will go with him. And also at the same time, the SPLA as a partner of the government. So the Minister of Agriculture, Umar Four, he's from Four tribe. He said me, Mr. Ibrahim, you are in danger. So also I give you my guard to keep you in safety. So we heard that these people like to kill you, to take care of your life. So I said to them, yes, they took my passport and like this from Libya. So they said, you are very intelligent, so we don't like this government kill you. If you go to Khartoum, try to get out from Sudan. So when I reached to Khartoum after 15 days, I take 15 days in Niala. I went to Khartoum in 2006, November. When I arrived there, I talked to some people. Some people told me that you can go to, some lady can help you. She's working as the officer at Ministry of Interior in Sudan. So I go to her, said, Mr. Ibrahim, you come to me? She's from North Darfur. I said, yes. He said, don't talk, tell anyone, get out. I said, okay. So she said that, so you are writer, you are thinker, I help you. If these people kill me, I help you. So you help many people. So it's the time to help you. So she get some passport from her this table and fill it, and she get a stamp and she said, this is your passport. Don't tell anyone. If you like to make external, come to me. Not go to anyone. Okay, I said to her, yes, I will do it. So after that, I went to the embassy of Egypt. I organized to see what the country best for me. I see Saudi Arabia, it's not good for me. I cannot do anything. I can stay comfortable, but I cannot help anyone. So if I go to Libya, I know that Libya is not good. They have some relation between Sudanese government and also the Gaddafi played dirty game with the Sudanese government. He support the rebels by hand and support the militia by his hand. So I know that. So I choose to go to Egypt. So some friend, he has a good relation. I give him my passport. He do stamp to travel to Egypt. After that, I went to the interior and give my passport to that lady. She do stamp to me. Said to me also, when you travel, don't tell anyone. Don't travel by airplane. Travel by train. She said that. Okay. I told my wife I will try to leave Sudan. She said that I know you are in dangerous. God save you and bless you, and if you are go there, when we reach there, we can follow up you. So I don't tell anyone and travel to Egypt. I reach on 15 March 2007. This is my trip. Yeah.
It was really the failure of that peace process that made you decide that it wasn't going to change, things weren't going to change quickly.
Yeah, it's
And
not
therefore-
easy to change.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know that this is a policy of government, and I know that the government do dirty game since we are Libya to change the people, and the people come is not going to solve the problem, and also they try to devise the. So my ideas comes that. So I read the future of these things. I saw it's not light in this situation, so I choose to leave.
And was your family able to join you in Egypt soon after?
Yeah, after 1 year,
1 year.
my wife, my wife tried to follow me and reach to Egypt, and also her trip is very hard. So when she reached to Halfa by train, the security catch her also. They said to her, "Where are you going?" She said, "I'm going to Egypt." What is your husband? Ibrahim is her. Okay, you don't take these children to Egypt. You must go back to Khartoum. They sent her back from Halfa to Khartoum again. It's very long trip by train. And put her 1 day without any food like this. And after second day they sent her back. Yeah. And she asked them, "Why you put me in jail? I have no crime like this." They said to her, "You have a problem in documents. Your documents is not complete. You must complete your document." She come very suffering. She knows that if she stay more, she may be face problem. She go direct to the interior. She met some our relative in the interior ministry. He helped her to get. He said to her, "Your documents is all right. You have no miss anything. Why they drop you back?" After that, she able to come, and on 2008 September she reached to Egypt. That's what happened to her.
I know in Egypt there was also a peace process for Darfur, right? There was an opportunity when you were in Egypt to continue to work for peace in Darfur.
Me?
Yes, you had the opportunity to testify or to give witness of what was going on in Darfur when you were in Egypt.
Yeah, that some day is in March when I arrived there. Some conference about media, Arab media covers the crisis of Darfur. Some channel called Al Arabiya make some conference at Semiramis Intercontinental near of the embassy of the USA in Cairo. So they invite me. I find my name is in the people who I invite them. Before that, the IC called me. IC International Criminal Court. The secretary of Mr. Okambo called me on telephone. She said, "I'm Mrs. Jennifer. Are you Ibrahim Ishaq?" I said yes. Okay, we are glad to come to Egypt. We heard about you, so we have some question to ask you. Do you have some documents that you come with it? So you wrote many things about the crisis. We find some paper. We need the original of this paper, not that published at UK. We need the paper that you wrote at original by Arabic. So it's some changing happen. We need the original one. So we send someone to take this document from you in Cairo, and after that they send someone. I give him the real documents, and he took these documents as evidence. And he said we talk with the UN to protect you, so you are a witness like this. And many conference I attended, they invited me. I was in the conference of Arab media in March, and also the ICC made conference about Darfur in 2008. I attended. I talked many things about what's happened to Darfurian. The media start to focusing on my speech. So the channel called Al Hurra, it's an American channel, it's TV by Arabic. They make an interview with me in Cairo. So I create some organization to help the refugees involved in this activity to help the people. So after that, BBC World come and make an interview with me, and many channels and many journalists come. Someone come from Netherlands called Mr. Edward Boer. He is Mr. Edward Boer. He's a journalist from Netherlands. His uncle called. His uncle is called Edward Boer. Let me remember his uncle. He's a big one in the UN. He's a delegation of UN. At the same time, what's crisis happened in Darfur. So I asked him, what you get my name? He said my uncle is work at UN. He give me your name. I come with him, with his addresses to you. So I said to him, he said to me, you are come here wrong way. You don't come this Arab country, and you know that the struggle is between Africa and Arab. You don't come in Egypt. I said to him, no way. So I cannot come to Europe direct. I can come here to Egypt and stay. He said they will not let you go out of this country as soon as. So I know that. His uncle called Yambrong, his uncle. So he said my uncle Yambrong told me about you, and his ideas like you also about this crisis maybe not solved as soon as and like this. So from 2008 till 2015, I was stay there. I'm leader of civil society of Darfurian. I'm involved in many activities to help the people, to help the refugees. I make many conferences like this. So the government target me when I was in Egypt also. They tried to kill me many times. They sent some people in my center. They attacked me and beat my wife and both her brother and threat him with a kill. He escaped on board to Israel, her brother. So he feared for her life, and also they try to threat her. They punish her, and when I came also they beat me with some heavy things in my back. So at the same time, the government of Egypt tried to keep me safety. They said we are wondering why these people try to kill you in our country. It's very strange things that happen. So I said to them, I'm writer. They know, you know that you came here 2002. You do good jobs. You talk about the history. We know your CV. So, but we are strange why the government try to kill you here. I said to them, I don't know. They kill anyone who talk about the issue of Darfur. So in 2011, after 2011, after the revolution, I faced many problems. Some days they come with a pistol. Some people, I don't know them. They tried firing all my apartment. So you see, I called to the security. As I have the secret number, I called to them, you are here. What's happened, Mr. Ibrahim, to your apartment? We hearing some firing. I said, all my apartment is people firing. I don't know whom these people. They sent some bomb in my apartment. So I put my children under the bed The man said, "What is your road?" I said, "My road, I'm near of Dr. Bokhtur apartment number." Okay, keep hold. After few minutes, we came and help you. So after 5 minutes exactly, the Egyptian security come and cover all the area. So the fire with the people, and I find someone killed in my apartment door. I don't know who is he. After that, I went to the police. I tried to office report. The police said, "Mr. Ibrahim, you are safety." I said, "Okay, you can go back to home. We cannot do anything. This is Egyptian. They are fighting together, and no one, someone injured your mother, your wife, or your sister." I said, "No." So we kept you. You take care for yourself. Nothing you can do. You cannot open the report here. So it's very strange how they are not like me to open the report. So also when the Mr. President Obama visit Egypt, before that, before 1 month, someone called Bernard, Mr. Bernard, he's work as a bureau of the migrant here at US, came and meet me, and he invited me at the embassy of US. He said, "Mr. Ibrahim, we hear about you, and Mr. President know about you, and also I know about you, but I need you to help us what we can do to the Darfurian people here in Egypt." So I said to him, "You can help these families. Talk to the president, and the U.S. governor is very strong governor over the world, and God help you. So we need to help us to save this family. They are suffering. No one talk about them. They hunger. No one, and the government presses. And if you talk about them, they will kill you here if you are in Egypt. So what do your ideas?" I said to them, "You can make a decision. You talk about with the UN. So UN, you fund the UN about the 75% amount the budget over every year. So you can say we need to resettle about 2,000 family to every world, like US, maybe take 500 like this, and this family became very to change their life to save these people." He said, "Okay, he write some, he's not." And someone, I very appreciate for him, Mr. Todd Watson, he's the general and the second secretary in the embassy of US. He's my friend. There he come and talk with me. He introduced me to the people here. And also after that, the decision come from the UN to take 2,000 people from Egypt all over the world. So we are very glad that he is do good job, Mr. Todd, and his officers that work at the US embassy. So after that, he called me, Mr. Bernard, that our government do that you give us as ideas. The 2,000 will resettle, and most of them will resettle at US. But unfortunately, the crisis began to Libya. The Libya began to destroy, and many refugees come from Darfur, exactly to Egypt on board. So the government make some camp. We make announce through our association to Red Crosses, international community, to help these people. So they are targeted by the government, and they on board in very bad situation. So with IOM, with many organizations, we create this camp. About 3,000 people are there. And the decision that came from UN to resettle the people, they starting from what we call from Saloum camp. So many people are settling from 2011 till 2013. And this camp will finish it. They settle most of them at US and some on Europe. After that, the resettle program began to the families. So many people also in Cairo neighborhood, they are settled to many countries. After that, we talked with the people of the US embassy to help our people. They said, okay, but you can go to another country. We make appointment with UK embassy. We met the ambassador of US, and he said to me, what do you like, Mr. Ibrahim? You are come to our office. You are our embassy. What do you like for our government? I said to them, you are humanitarian, you are international community, you are involved in the crisis of Darfur. You are colonized us before. We are suffering from that colonized till now. He said, that very strange sound. I said, yes. So you must keep us. This is a humanity. So we have right to keep us. If you are not colonizers, we can solve this problem. So we come in the good way. So he said, do you write some message like this? I said, yes, we have message. He said, this is very wondering. First time the Darfurian come to our embassy over the world to talk like this. So today I will send it to my government. Me, myself, I wrote it by email. And you can see after 3 days what UK do about the crisis of Darfur. We support you. You are right. So we respect the Muslim people. And he gave some books that we have mosques, we have centers of Islamic. The picture that the media told you is not right. If you go and settle at UK, you will find good life. So I will give your ideas to our government, and you see after tomorrow. So after tomorrow we find international council. The UK gives some decisions that must make in Darfur to help the people to the Darfur. After few months, they make order to resettle about 500 families from Egypt to UK. So we find suddenly all the Darfurian transfer to their file to UK. So we create a big community just now at Manchester. And the government,
Manchester?
Yeah, Manchester. And the government said to them, this is the role of the organization of Darfurian Egypt. So we, the government, we create your organization to help your people, to keep your culture, everything. We give you fund to educate your people. So this is our duty. So they became very happy and very glad. They sent me some gift like this. So that's what's happened. After that, I was resettled at the US. I'm very glad that the government of US resettled me here. And also, I'm very grateful for the government of US and all the people of US who respect the people of Darfurian to keep them. And I hope that you are help them as well to develop their life, to go back to be contact to their homeland families and develop Darfur. And we hope that we create a good relation at the future generation between US and government. So you keep us life and keep us life. You keep us life twice. When Mr. Reagan as the president, the hunger come, you solve our life as a Darfurian. When Mr. President Bashir kill us and genocide us, you keep us. That's what I like to say. So God bless this country, this government, and also thanks for you, Mr. Nas. Yes,
All right, I should have mentioned earlier that Nathan Roberts and Melissa Sloan are also with us here, and they've been here for the interview. And Nate, you mentioned some questions that you would like to ask Ibrahim.
First, thank you for allowing us to come into your home. You've been very welcoming, and we are so glad you're here as well.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions. You obviously, all the work that you did for your people, all the writing and thinking that you did in Darfur and also in Egypt, you obviously have a lot of love for Darfur and for your people. What are your hopes for Darfur? What do you want for Darfur?
Yeah. Well, first, Krista, I say thank you for you, Mr. Nathan and Melissa and our brother Nelson,
Stephen.
Stephen. It's great time for you, all of you, and I hope that when we come here to develop our communities, so we know that the U.S. is respect every people, so I find how they are very nice people, smile to the people, they educated, everything is good. So we need to get some civilization from you to transfer it to our people there and create good relation between us as a community and American people. So to learn from them, to develop our communities like this, and also try to help this family here. So yeah, some family didn't know how to speak English. This is very important. They must be like a one unity, the division from area. So it is suitable to people to have some. So this is escape from very massacre, from genocide. They must be like a community. If there some planning to help them to find one area to live, one area is good. So in the future, if some I hear that some organizer of Darfurian here, we can make project to let them have good life here, to live as a community well, to develop their skills of training or educating. So the new generation come good educated, try to be in contact, like to create organization or companies when they became American, and also they have their relatives there. They may be everything British from Darfur. They can make some companies to develop. So we are rich. I think that at the future, I hope to support this country as they support us. Just now we are suffering, they support us. We hope that we can become like a good alien at the future. So we know that why we're writing this history, why I appreciate with your interview to transfer this data to the people. So when in the history wrote everything, when the crisis happened in Darfur, the people are resettled in the US and the UK after 100 years. Maybe the weather has changed. Also our new generation, don't forget this things happen to us. So this happened to all the nations. So I hope that many things, but the things that really only we need just now to educate, to develop our life as a. So we are very suffering. You know that our people there in Darfur are very suffering. You see Darfur like here, Texas, have anything, raining, everything, but we are live in 18th century. We are living like before 200 years ago. No anything. no schools, no projects. So, if you have another question, I'm ready.
Good, thank you. Your youngest daughter, what will you tell her about genocide in Darfur? And when will you tell her about these terrible things that happened and that continue to happen?
Who?
Your youngest daughter,
Hannah.
Hannah, when will you tell her about those things?
When she get educated, she became educated here. She learned English more than me also, and she knows that he came from Darfur. By the trip, by airplane trip, she get her history. She knows that. She also make records. She might find my books and library and everywhere. She knows that. And also when if she lucky I'm still alive, I will tell her that how we came, what we can do like this. So I will tell her, so to let her do something to the people I cannot do it. So this is a message of the life. So you can transfer your ideas, your experience to another generation. So she can do best. So she's very clever also, Hanan or Noor. So
Very good. Last question. What do you want people to know? What's the thing you want them to know most, or want them to do once they see this video and read your story? What do you want out of these people?
I want to know that the problem in Darfur is big problem. So it is how the Arab and Muslim things. This is very first message. They are thinking very wrong ideas in the world. You are Arab, you are Muslim, that means another people are not human. So they have a feeling that they give them that power, but that's not right. The Islam to be alive and safe, to give your life to another people, to cooperate with the more nation. This is Islam, but this is wrong Islam. This is not Islam. And also the Arab thinking more strong, wrong way. They destroyed their countries by war. They destroyed Africans. They destroyed over the world. This is a feeling of Arab. They must change their feeling, their thinking of their life. So, and I want to tell this is a struggle in Darfur. It's not easy. So also the same things happen to the southern people, and they became a state. Maybe Darfur became a state as a future. That's what Mr. Robert Zolik said when I was a journalist in 2006 when he came in Sudan. We met him and made an interview with him. So he said, when we see this crisis go like this, we do as the same what the British do to Darfurian. When the British entered, we find the Darfurian are very suffering. They give him their state. As a future, maybe we keep these people. They're human. They must live in their land. So just now the crime is going. It's very dangerous. So the government called to Arab from over the world to come and live in Darfur, to come and live in Sudan, to drop out the original people. This is very big crisis, not easy. So we need to, the world make calling to help these people, like help the people in Syria, in Libya, like this. So no one knows that the 3 million are displaced, or about 60,000 village was burned. About 500,000 people are passed away in this genocide. Not happening in ever over the world, not happening in the history. how the world keeps silent for what is happening. We are human. So, and the land is for all the human, not for the Arab. Even Arab can live in Darfur. Everyone can live in Darfur. And this resource is not belong to Darfurian. It belong to all the people over the world. We have no educate. We have no materials to use this resource. So let us live peacefully to develop our country. To another people get useful from this resource. We are not against Arab. We are not against anyone. Why is Arab leave their countries, come and kill us? We go back to history, we find African send governor to Arab country, to Saudi Arabian, to help them. Like just now US helped all the countries. So this is alive. This is what's real ideas. So we need USA government take action, really action for what's happened to Darfurian people. They are suffering just now. Yesterday, for 2 weeks, we see what's happening in Jordan to revision Darfur. They come and speak about the protection. The government, so I don't know how they think, kill the people, little child and women, and beat them and drop them out to their country and force them to go back. What they are faced, they death in Darfur or in Sudan. And what's happened in Egypt also. So when we are in Egypt, we see what's happened to our people in 2006 or 2005. So we are very appreciative for the US government to keep ourselves and our people alive here. We don't forget that to help us as a African, but the African also must, African leader, African people must change their ideas, how to solve their problems, how to delegate to themselves. They are not thinking about the communities, they are thinking about themselves. If you are come a governor like Omar Bashir, yourself and your family. If you destroyed all the Sudan, it's not matter.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Really, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ibrahim, for sitting down. I want to make sure, is there anything else you'd like to add that you didn't get to say?
No, thank you for you, Mr. Stephen, Mr. Mas, Mrs.
Melissa.
Melissa. I'm very appreciative for you, Melissa. So you are coming and tired, take long trip to come to my home, to my apartment, to talk with me. And I hope you are editing this to be useful for the student, for the future, for now. And I hope you create a good relation with you. If you need me anytime, I can give you any material for research, for ideas. I'm under demand of you anytime.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. And we're honored to be here. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you.